remaining part. So about a protocol. What is this protocol? You send a request like a different type of communications, right? Mail type of communication. Um, Diksha saying she's not able to hear. Guys, others are able to hear voices.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Maybe she will get it. Maybe a network related issues. So, yes, yes. So guys, look at different types of communication. I may require to open a website. I will need to open to website. Okay. Or maybe how to send a mail to the Outlook. Okay. Maybe how to upload a file or a download a file. Or maybe I require to access remote access. Okay. So there's a two people, right? One is sender, receiver, or maybe one is like a client, another one is like a server. Okay, sender or receiver. Source, destination. You send a request, but it has to understand what is your request, what do you want, how can we it is understand based on what protocol you are using. You use HTTP protocol, this machine will understand you are requesting a web page. It will give a, based on that request. Okay. So protocols defines what type of network it is. What type of network it is. Okay. Devices understand what is the request and what kind of response, what kind of communication it is by the protocol. What type of connectivity by the protocol. So example HTTP web page request, web services, FTP uploading downloading files from the file server. SMTP, POP3, IMAP are mail communication. NTP, network time protocol, you can synchronize the time between the time server and our machine. LDAP, Kerberos, authentication protocol. SSH, Telnet, RDP, remote access protocol, like a different type of protocols and different type of services. Every protocol has their own port number. For system, we understand in the port number wise only. Protocol is for us, our purpose only. Numbering is a simple, the protocols. Okay, for each and every protocol, there is a reserved port number something. Reserved port number something. So these port numbers are meant for this, what type of protocol it is, what protocol you are using. So system uses port numbers. We understand from the protocol. Guys, another important is HTTP and HTTPS. Few things if you are not getting, or maybe to make it more easier purpose, guys, go to this channel. I have my own channel, but this is not my channel, but this is also good to learn. Important is I have to learn means I have to learn. That's it. Okay. So learning is important, not whether which people are telling to you, who is telling to you. These are all nothing matters. Okay. Important is you should learn. That is important, not any other things. Which resource you learn, from which resource you learn, that does not matter. Okay. So you can find things from here. What is a trace RT? What is SSD hard drive? What is IP config? NetStat? What is meant by networking testing tools? Servers? What is meant by telnet? Okay, I shared a few things for your understanding. Okay. Okay, and also you will get that thing. So whatever you have a small doubt, or maybe you want to get some animated wise, so then also you can easily. So there is a, I'm searching for a HTTP and HTTPS. A difference video is also there here. Usually I don't watch those things because I don't like that animation. Okay, so mine is a hard learner. So, but it is so good. Somewhere it will be there. Difference between HTTP and HTTPS or SSL kind of stuff. Okay, what is the difference, guys? Both are web communication related, asking for a web pages, web related communication. HTTP, while data is transmitting from client to server and server to client, data is not encrypted. HTTPS is data is encrypted because you are sending our data, your HTTP data or SSL. So they use the encryption, so the data is encrypted. These HTTP sites are compulsory for banking websites, social media websites, email type of communications. Okay. So where sensitive data is there, compulsory you have to use HTTPS. In HTTPS, data is encrypted while you are transmitting data from your PC to your server to you, source to destination, destination to source, client to server, server to client. Data is encrypted. If anybody captures your data, anybody capture your data, data cannot be understand. FTP 2021 port number, so use it to upload and download the files from our device. Okay, remotely you can upload using FTP. File transfer protocol. SSH and Telnet are both are used to connect a remote servers with the SSH protocol or Telnet protocols. Depends upon remote server. SSH is a again encrypted type, means whatever data you are sending and are receiving through SSH connection, okay, it is encrypted method. So what is the use of SSH and Telnet? For remote connectivity, remote access purpose. For example, I have a remote Linux server is there in other room, or maybe in somewhere, maybe AWS Linux is there. I want to access that AWS Linux. So then I have to configure, I have to install some packages, I have to configure that Linux machine. how to access, you can use SSH protocol. Of course, SSH and their IP address or a DNS name is there. We can able to connect it. Okay. So same for a telnet. So mostly telnet and SSH command line based remote access. RDP remote desktop means entire desktop environment we can able to access. For example, remote desktop means um, this is my remote machine, guys. Think like this. This is my remote virtual machine. This is a remote desktop. Enable remote desktop. It is showing here. Confirm enable. Confirm. And I should know the IP address of this device. So what is the IP address? Connected Ethernet, connected. It is 116 and username is morning only. I installed for morning batch people. C2 student 1. Okay. So forget about it. Guys, there is a remote machine from my laptop. This is my laptop. MSTSC. Microsoft Terminal Connection. It is an application to access remote device. I am giving my remote PC IP address here 116 116. Next. The username is C2 student 1. Connect. Okay, it is asking a password for C2. So admin @123. Yes. So if you look at like this, it means I connected to that machine remotely. Okay. So I think you can able to see this is the my remote machine. I'm accessing that machine through network. So I can see this device. I can install, uninstall things. I can configure, I can use their applications. So this is remote desktop connection. So I'm disconnecting. Let's understand RDP remote desktop means entire desktop environment we can able to access. SSH we can't access like that. SSH is compulsory. Only SSH and telnet both are CLI based, command line based. Means in command prompt, how you put a command, same way you can able to access. That's it. SMTP, POP3, and IMAP. These three are used for a mail communication purpose. SMTP for sending mails, POP3 and IMAP for a receiving or retrieving mails. Port number is 25, 110, and 143. TFTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol, just like FTP only, but little different. I have a remote server, a remote router, a remote search. I want to back up their configurations or maybe upload the configuration or upload or download the configuration files kind of stuff we can do with the FTP protocol. Port number is 69. DHCP 6768. DHCP is a protocol used to configure IP address to their client devices automatically. DNS. You don't know the IP address of your destination domain or a host in the domain. So DNS server will give you IP address of that one. Okay. NTP, network time protocol, used to synchronize the time based on the time server. Okay. For example, in my organization, my office laptops are running with the different times. So they should follow in order to get a proper authentication. In order to get a proper authentication, so they have to follow same timeline. Then what I will do, I'll create a time and a time server, and the client should merge with the time. Guys, try to understand this. Normally, my PC have to adjust the time according to my watch or something like that, right? Otherwise, there is a time server through internet or network. The time will be set based on your time zone. Of course, that is also very easy, right? And what I said, there is a domain control. Means there is server. Some according to some server services, group policies, your office laptops are login. Time got differences. For example, today is the 20th April, 2020. That is good. Time is 4:38, current time. Think like this. Today is, this is the time. Today is this is the date. You try to log into your server, which is configured with this date, server date. And the client side from your laptop, it is only 19.4. So there is a hypothetical. Your client is 19.4. Can you log into this one? So you are sending a login. And there is a conflict because you are yesterday, this is today. So you are logging to future or it is going to past. Understand. You can take reverse also. You can take reverse. So you create a document. On document, it is 20th April. You are given to your friend. Okay, some other person has to, in our organization, someone has to be change some document. But his date is 15th May. No problem. Why? It's a Word document. You are editing. That is good. What if it is happen? It is a 10th March. We created a document. It is going to be edited in 10th March. Means future document edited in past. Okay. It become another English movie. So that is time related lapse will come up. So to avoid this kind of stuff, better everybody should maintain same time based on their time zones, based on their physical locations. Okay, that's why we are using NTP servers. Now, there is a movie called Predestination. It confuses everything. What is past, what is future, who is to whom it is happen, like that. Next one is Dark series. Maybe you guys seen that one. So we can avoid this. Kerberos, ELDA, both are authentication protocol. Kerberos mainly used in a Active Directory. environment, Microsoft Active Directory environment. SNMP for monitoring purpose. SQL application, MySQL application use 3306 is a port number by that application. Access. Okay, in Oracle DB, if you want to access through network, so you have to use a port number, DNS or TSN listener. Tomcat use another port number, a port number is 88. Yeah, this is DNS listener. Listen. Okay, guys, this is about a protocols and their some port numbers. Maybe now or maybe later after 1 year, you want to attend an interview. These are all questions. Maybe if they're not asked questions now, these are all questions they will ask. Tell me the at least 5 or 10 port numbers with their protocols. So HTTP port number is 80, HTTPS 443, FTP 2021, SSH 22, Telnet 23, RDP 3389, SMTP 25.3110. IMAP version for 143. Guys, compulsory 3 because it's very easy to remember and useful. Because Outlook related configuration, Outlook port numbers, kind of stuff, Outlook questions also can be answered with these port numbers. HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SSH, Telnet, then these three, then DHCP, DNS. Okay, these are important. Some people for funny they are asking, really it is not even answer, but still better to know it is Tomcat is 88. Not even it is correct answer. This is easy and very useful to remember these three things. And HTTP, HTTPS, port numbers, and the difference between HTTP and HTTPS is always important.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Everything what we discussed, guys, everything including IP addresses, API addresses, these are all very useful. Why? Because of maybe now you are getting selected a major point in a communication skills. Technically small amount. Means 60% communication, 40% technical. Okay. 60-70% communication only, mainly communication. But of course, technically also you should, they will ask questions in a technical part. Important is how you are presenting. Maybe after your work for after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So you cannot be stay in that same profile, right? Service desk profile. Next you want to go. That time they want, so tell me about yourself. You got selected. They don't say. Tell me about your village. Tell me about your college. They don't ask. So where are you working? Okay, your work, how many months your work? What is your daily work? Based on work related questions. One part. Second, the technical knowledge. General technical knowledge, all basic things also. Even for a 4 years, 5 years experience candidate. So they may try to catch the bump with the small questions. Okay. So that's why we are tracing on these things. We are giving information. Okay.
Okay, sir.
IP addresses, IPv4, IPv6. We are using and we are using twisted pair cables. We are using a TCP/IP protocol suite only. Okay. Of course, we are not using a fiber optic cables for our regular LAN communication. Definitely not a coaxial cables. Fiber optic cables, Internet connectivity up to internet modem connectivity we are using. But we are using UTP, STP. So small points like open system interconnect is a OSA model. Different networking models are there to communicate in the network. To understand the different type of networking models, to create our own network model or create our own network, troubleshoot our network. So this OSA model is useful. Okay, it is a reference model just for our understanding purpose only. Understanding network, troubleshooting network, maintenance of network, OSA model is useful. Not like a something you create a network. So because we are using TCP IP, not OSA. And the TCP IP is earlier than OSA. Okay. Just seven layers are there. Application layer. Anyone? Application layer, presentation layer,
Presentation,
session
session
layer,
layer,
where application, presentation, session, transport, network, data
transport,
link, and
network.
physical. This one also, guys. You go to any interview and you said, I learn about a networking basics. Again, but tell me about OSA layers. Common question. Even that person who is asking a question, also they don't know what it is, but they will definitely ask. Abbreviations, sometimes it is very important. What is DHCP? What is DNS? Abbreviations. And one line about it or two lines about it, like that compulsory. Okay. So protocols, port numbers, OSA models, devices, protocol abbreviations, IP addresses, IP address classes, IP address classes, subnet mask, okay, private IP address ranges. These are all important always. Okay. Without networking, there is nothing in the things. Okay. Without chemistry, nothing. No physics, no chemistry. Without chemistry, no physics. No physics, no maths. No maths, we don't understand anything about a physics or chemistry. Same thing only here it is. Okay. No network, no use of servers, no servers, no cloud, no data centers, no remote storages, nothing is there. Your system, you keep it that one only. Okay. Nothing is there without network. It's the same form.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So these are again common question, guys. 7 layers, OSI, open system interconnect, 7 layer model, application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical link. Some may learn or some may remember or some may practice like this from physical layer to application. Physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. 7 layers. So this is your layer. Okay. Now both are correct, guys, but do not interchange it. So last 3 layers, network, data link, and physical layers are layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. There are physical layers means hardware layers. Physical layer example is hub, data link layer is switch, network layer is router. Just the equivalent device, that's it. Not direct point. Okay. Um, Transport layer is a heart of OSI, end-to-end connectivity. So whatever we are sending, and it is divides at transport layer and assembles at transport layer while receiving. Okay. So anyway, you can understand easily now because already we have discussed these things. Application layer is all about client side, server side, application, their protocols and port numbers. So what is the request or what is the response is done understand at application level, their protocols and their port numbers wise understanding. Okay. So Client side, like a web browsers, Outlook applications is a mail client application, PuTTY application, command prompts, or CMD also one application. Okay. Um, FTP, FileZilla type of applications, MSTCS type of applications. These are all different applications from client side to request a server for different kind of stuff. Server side also, the other side also there is an application to receive and give a response according to the client's request. So their side also there is like a Tomcat application, HTTPD, Apache HTTPD, IIS, Microsoft Exchange servers, Zimbra mail servers, SSH servers, Telnet servers, okay, remote desktop service server. So that side it is also there. Next one is presentation layer. Presentation layer, encoding, decoding of a data. It converts whatever the data format it is, it into the binary format. ASCII to binary format. Compress the data and decompress the data. So you have a data, so you will compress the data and decompress the encrypting and decrypting data. Okay, encryption and decryption. Encrypting and decryption. So not matching. Encryption and de-encryption. It encrypt the data, for example, HTTPS. So it required to encrypt the web page data. So encryption, decryption. SSH, encryption is there. Session layer is maintain a session, create a session, terminate a session. It authenticates. There's another thing is authentication. Means I send a request to a remote PC. It has to authenticate. Verification of username and password called authentication. You allow to access is required any username, anonymous user, anyone, everyone kind of request is there like that. So you do authentication. Create a session, maintain a session, and terminate session. Authenticate this the connectivity. Assemble the user based on what is user request. It assemble those information at session level. Exactly say any transaction, you send a request and you get a reply, which should be happen in the same session only. Okay. Yeah, I will tell you one thing. For example, uh, this page is edited by someone also. I'm accessing, someone also access. Or we can say I'm currently editing, right? So someone is accessing. Okay. If someone your Vasi Khan is accessing login, is accessing. I'm editing. Okay. So he is seen and not touched anything, not refreshed. If you refresh only, the new data will be loaded. Why it is? If you refresh, again it re-establishes session and then new session data from the server to client, it will be loaded. Sometimes. Sometimes automatic updates because of your browsers will do that session. Okay. Even emails, you got a new email automatically. The new mail will be pop up without refreshing. You need to do a manual refresh. Okay. Without refreshing, your mail will be pop. How it is? Your browser is doing reconnecting with the session. Re-establish the session or reconnect the session. Okay. Yeah. So already I told one example for a session layer. So that is, so when we are doing any transaction, so if any internet disturbances occurs, the session will be gone and we cannot continue the transaction. So again, transaction failures. Yeah, transport layer, end-to-end connectivity. transport layer segment the data means chop the data into small parts. It numbers the data means it will put a numbering on each and every data packet and put it in a numbering and sequencing. Error correction is occurs. So how I already said, when receiving at a receiving side, if any packet is not received, the receiver means the destination does not give acknowledgement for that particular packet. So source understand destination not received a packet, so source will send a packet again. So like that it will do error correction. So numbering and sequencing is help to do error correction. So which packet is you are really missing, that packet only we will send it to the destination. Segmenting means cut the data into small pieces. What is this? This is nothing but each part, each piece must be between 64 bytes to 1500 bytes, not more than 1500 bytes, not less than 64 bytes. Okay. Multiplexing, demultiplexing of protocols into TCP and UDP. So what it will do, our protocols are TCP type protocols are there, UDP type protocol. For example, HTTP is a TCP type protocol. TFTP is a UDP type protocol. DHCP, UDP type protocol. Okay. FTP, SMTP, TCP type protocol. The TCP type protocol is behavior is based on acknowledgement. UDP, no acknowledgement. Means UDP will send a packet from source to destination and it does not wait for a destination to send an acknowledgement. No acknowledgement. Source don't know destination is received a packet or not. But here it is. Source send a packet to the destination. Destination gives an acknowledgement for the packet. So then source will know destination is received a packet. Reliable, non-reliable. You know, one day one guy asked a question, means he got an interview question like this. UDP is a connectionless protocol and how it is connects. So I said UDP is a connectionless, then how it is connects. There is no connectionless and connectionless. The connectionless means source don't know destination is received a packet or not. It keeps sending a packet. So there is no relation between connection and connectionless kind of stuff. Connection oriented means the source know the destination received a packet. Okay, reliability, non-reliability, this all does not matter. Only thing is acknowledgement based protocol means source know the destination is received a packet by destination received a packet, it give the acknowledgement to the source. That is TCP type protocols behavior. UDP type protocols behavior is source will send a packet to destination. Destination received or not, source don't know. And what is it in a transport layer is doing? In communication, we are using different type of protocols, right? For example, I open a mail. This is protocol is HTTPS. But mail communication from SMTP IMAP protocol. SMTP and IMAP protocol. SMTP and IMAP protocol, right? So two protocols and that one. So what happened? It will create a box. Client using in your request, the sending and receiving. So you are using these protocols and put it in a TCP box. TCP multiplex, UDP multiplex. UDP box. All TCP protocols put it in TCP box, UDP in a UDP box. Multiplex. And windowing, guys, windowing means how many packets I am sending to the destination in the one single shot. In one single shot. 10 packets, 20 packets, depends upon server, means source and destination capacity. So destination understand, for example, we have to receive 10, you have to receive three packages. Like your friend or your brother or sister order some Amazon, at least three orders on your birthday. So what they will tell you, you'll receive three orders, three packages, three deliveries. So what you are expecting, you got one, two, only. Three is not there. So what you say, I received two, that is missed. Okay. So like that, destination understand, source will tell, I'm sending 10 packets at a time. Source will count how many I'm receiving at one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I received 8 and means 2 are missing. 2 are missing means again, which packet is missing, that packet's acknowledgement will be not sent. Means I received 8. I received 8. I will give an acknowledgement for 8 packets. Remaining 2, no acknowledgement. Obviously, it will understand which packet is not received. That packet only it will send. That is called a flow control and windowing. So to make sure what packets I am sending, what it is receiving, what is not receiving, which one I have to resend again. Okay. Packet data unit. Yeah, tell me. Okay. So packet data unit, PDU, means in one single data line. Okay. Means every layer, there is a representation of data. So layer wise data is. So that data we are calling as a PDU. Application layer data, we call it as a just data only. That is sent to the presentation layer. In the presentation layer, data is encoded, compressed, encrypted. Still the data, that PDU, we call it as a data only. In session layer, session ID will be added, session information, authentication information is also added in the session layer. Okay. So that is also data is data. The PDU is that PDU is sent to the transport layer. The data is segmented, numbering, sequencing, everything is added as a TCP header. What protocols, TCP, UDP protocols, everything is added at TCP header. The total data, the total, what is the outcome of transport layer is segment. So why it is up to session layer, it's a complete set of data. In a transport layer, data is not one data, guys. It's several pieces. Data is now not as a complete data. It is several pieces will happen at transport layer. Each piece is our segment, which is having their numbering and protocols information inside. That's why it is called a segment. This segment is sent to the network layer. Network layer dealing with routed and routing protocols. Routed protocols means logical addresses. Usually we use IP addresses. So we have to add our source IP and destination IP where you are going to send. Routing protocols. Routing protocols. How to reach? I have a laptop here, but for example, you open a google.com page. Okay. You try to open a google.com page, w3schools.com or java t point. It is somewhere located, right? So you open it with an IP address, source IP, destination IP address is good. But how to reach? Your PC and other PC, two PCs are there, both are in a same LAN. Both are in a same LAN. So packet sent to switch, from switch or a Wi-Fi access point, you will receive. Okay, so that is routing. From here to here, it's a simply like this. This is also a routing. You have to send like this. But you have to reach somewhere in outside. Packet has to send to this to your router to your modem to outside, ISP to here. Okay. So first of important is you have to go up to here. How it will know? Because already I told IP address, same network ID or different network ID. Okay. Both are in a same network, same logical network, same physical network. So obviously the routing is within the network only. But this is a different network. So obviously packet will send to outside of your network. Which way? Default gateway. So that information adds at a this one only, routing protocols. Of course, I said EA, GRP, OSPF. Not only this guys, only static routing, default routing kind of stuff also will add it. Okay, routing information will be added means I have to reach the destination, which way the packet has to go, how to reach the destination. That information added, and what is your source IP address and what is the destination IP address will add it to your segment. The total PDU we call it as a packet. That packet we are sending to data link layer. Data link layer, logical link control and MAC layer. In a logical link control means you're sending packet from here to here, but not directly, right? You're sending up to here first, router to modem. Up to this one, you're local only, generally. But from here, it is WAN connected. At least from here itself, as in our home, our Wi-Fi router is crossing, right? Or here. So it's, for example, if you along with the modem, it's a WAN link. Up to here, no LLC part. But when you're sending over this one, or modem means after modem, from modem means WAN connectivity. Compulsory WAN protocols you should use. PPP, point-to-point protocol. If you see any Wi-Fi router setting, you may also see this one, PPP-OE, point-to-point over Ethernet. Point-to-point over Ethernet. Okay. Or MPLS, frame relay. So if you see in a routers or modems settings, WAN settings, if you see point to point means direct connection. Point to point VoRE means Ethernet type of internet connection you are getting. Okay, from outside to your home, you're getting normal Ethernet cable or Ethernet cable. PVC. Okay, PVC kind of wording you use in your WAN connectivity place. That is a frame relay. Virtual not virtual private network. It is PVCs, private virtual connection, something is there. MPLS is also a very good technology for WAN connectivities. Guys, MPLS is a multi-protocol label switch kind of stuff. It means in organizations like a companies, normally we are using internet, that's it only, right? But in companies, they use voice or IP. Okay. Um, WAN links required like synchronizations, internet access, voice or IP kind of access, streaming, media streaming means video calls, meetings kind of stuff. Okay. Cams, direct cam broadcasting kind of stuff. Okay. So cam to cam communication, it is there, right? So that time MPLS is very useful. Okay. Normal internet connectivity, PPP, PPPoE frame relay, we are using. MPLS is for multi-protocol type, just like a voice or IP, streaming kind of stuff, okay, internet protocols, everything is works. If in case you are communicating war WAN at the time, that WAN related protocols will be added at a data link level. Next, MAC layer. So MAC layer add a MAC address to our packet. Media access control, already you know, physical address 12 hexadecimal represented in 48. Source MAC address, destination MAC address, packet, and CRC. Cyclic redundancy check is an algorithm to check the errors. To check the error checking. What is error checking? The data is there. While data is transmitting from one place to another place, data may be corrupted. So this CRC will create a one value based on the data. Okay. So this value, this number, use this number at a destination, it will verify the data. You send, but at a destination, it will verify the data to make sure that error or is good or not. Means there is error or a data is good. If data is corrupted, it will drop the packet. So it will add source MAC address, destination MAC address to the packet plus CRC as a data tail. It is called a frame. The frame in the physical layer convert into bit stream. The bit stream is again converted based on your physical connectivity, like you are using Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, UTP, STP cables you are using, then it is electrical. If you are using fiber optical type of connectivities, like HBA, host bus adapters kind of stuff, and fiber optical cables you are connecting, light wave signals. You are connecting the Wi-Fi adapters, Wi-Fi signals, 2.4 or 5 gigahertz type of frequencies. It converts into radio wave signals. Okay. So
Okay,
this
sir.
is what I explained in a way.
Okay, sir.
ARP is also good, but that is more than enough for what I said. Okay. Yeah, TCP/IP, application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network access. Some people wantedly tricky because they instead of asking OSL layer, they ask, tell me TCP/IP layers. Application, transport, internet, and network access layer. 4 layers. OSS 7, TCP 4.
4.
Okay. 4. Guys, in this one, again, always IP address, MAC address difference, how to check IP address, how to check MAC address. Anybody having still doubt in IP and MAC address?
No, sir.
Okay. So simple logical address, physical address.
No, sir, we don't have any time.
48.
Yes, sir.
Right. That one. Okay. Already we 3 times we repeated. In IPv4 only I'm telling now because already you got exhausted means 2 weeks class, 1 day revision. So I'm not telling you everything, guys. This is IP address example. Take example of IP address. IPv4. Okay. Only IPv4. First look at IPv4 is, we know already it is 32. To write an IP address, it look like 4 parts. See, 4 parts. Means each part is 8-bit. Each part is 8 in a binary. So each part we call it as octet. So that is already people are cleared, I think so. So important one we start giving. Okay. So class A, class B, class C, and any IP address. First IP address, number of bits, number of IP addresses, representation. After that one, IPv4, very important is ranges. Anyone?
0 to 126, please.
Second one,
128 to 191.
191.
192 to 223.
Very good.
224 to 239.
Very good.
239 to 254. 240 to 254.
Very good. Okay. So there is a lot of tricks to remember the ranges, but do not follow any tricks. By heart it, blind by heart. Okay. The only thing is 127, 128, 191, 192, 223, 224, 239, 240. That is okay. Okay. That is okay.
Okay,
But
sir.
you are writing and tell me.
No, sir, I'm just responding to you.
Okay. 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 Now. Okay. So if you are writing exam, then you can put it like this: 0, 128, 192, 224, 240. That's the last. How can you remember, sir, these numbers? Look at first is binary number, all zeros. Second one is in binary, the first one. So the B is, this one is 1. Remaining are zeros. And you calculate, you convert into the decimal. This is 128. And C, 2 ones. 0, 1, 2 ones. Okay. Next one, 3 ones. Next one, 4 ones. Like you have to write somewhere. So you want to remember things. So you can write this, convert it, can do it. So if you know the binary to decimal conversion, it is quite easy also. Okay. Now how to write the second one, the second part. Second part you have to write now. So before 128, it's 127. Before 191, it is 191. Before 224, it is 223. Before 240, it is 239. Of course, it is 255. It is last one, you know already. Okay. But this will take time to recollect, not much faster method. But for writing, it is okay. Your exam writing part, it is okay. But this one is compulsory. You have to buy it. So this is another important ranges, classes and their ranges. This is used for R&D, so we don't assign to anyone. This is multicast address, you know already. And we are using these three things because of unicast. Out of that one, 0. This is we are not using reserved for a certain services. 127.0.0.1 is used for testing purpose, self-testing, self-testing, self-machine access, same server access purpose. So I'm having a server and I'm accessing the service from the same machine. So I use a word, name is localhost, IP address is 127.0.0.7. Identify a IP address. So if you have an IP address, for example, it is 150 dot 244 dot 127 dot 127. Which class it is? How to identify? Always check the first octet and compare with the ranges. Anybody guess? Yes, Kumar.
No, sir.
Check 150. What is the first octet? 150. 150 in between this table?
B, sir.
B. It's a class B IP address. Okay. 200 201 0 0 10. Which class?
Class C, sir.
Very good. Always
Class
first
is
check the first octet.
First up.
It is class C. Compare this. 112 dot 201 1 191. Which class?
class A.
Class, yes, sir.
Very good. Always check the first octet. And it is in between this. Okay. So whatever it is, first check the first octet. And no octet is more than 255. That is also rule. Always octets must be between 0 to 255. Any octet. Okay. So this is right. Of course, class A, class B, class C we are using. Class A network portion is this one. And class B network, host. Class C network, host. By default it is. These things will be changed based on the change of subnet mask. Exactly. Um, Just I'm typing here. So like class A. Network costing network host host. Network host host network.
Sorry, your voice is not
Network.
clearly audible.
uh, Unmuted, but still it is. Okay, now it is good. What is the subnet mask? 255.0.0.0. 255.255.0.0. 255.255.255.0. Class D, Class E do not have any network portion and host portion kind of stuff. Okay, 224.239, but it is a multicast. 240 to 255. We don't use it. Some reserved kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's a number of IP addresses I can tell. So like it is 2 to the power of 8 minus 2, because number of hosts in a one single network is 220, so 254. If you are using class B, if you are using class B, so it's a 2 to the power of 16 minus 2, meaning is minus 2 because of network ID and broadcast ID. So 16 means 2 number of host portions. So 2 to the power of 16 is around 65,534 number of hosts per network. So 2 to the power of 24 minus 2 is 16,777,214 number of hosts per network. For example, I started this series 10.0.0.0. I started assigning from 10.0.0.1. I started first device 10.0.0.1, second device 10.0.0.0.2, 3, 4, 5, like this. I am keep assigning. How many IP addresses I can, how many devices I can assign this? Only 10 series is 16,777,214. Those many devices I can assign. Okay. So this is a network ID. This is first valid host. Okay, don't worry, guys. In a 5-10 minutes, I'm going to start. This is last, but this is broadcast. So one more information, that is private IP address. Private IP addresses are non-routable. Anybody can use a private IP address in their private network. We can't communicate outside with a private IP. The class A. There are given means IANA ICANN given certain address ranges are for a public purpose. Means in your organization, based on number of devices, you can use any private IP address without paying, without registering it. But to communicate in a public, you need a public IP address. Okay. Yeah, that is enough. If you want, you can add what is NAT, what is PAT kind of stuff. That is up to you. Network address translation, port address translation. I don't want it more heavy because how much I taken. So if you forget everything, that's not good now. After we are gone through. So that one thing is covers everything. Yeah, what is this subnet mask? Subnet mask divide a network into a IP address into network and host portion. Subnet mask divides a network into, sorry, a IP address into network portion and host portion. Two devices want to communicate each other, their network ID must be same. By default, the network portion must be same. Host portion can be different. Means one of the host portion is different, that is enough. Not required every host portion must be different, not required. Any one of the host portion is different, but network must be same. Anybody doubts in the network host and subnet mask?
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
here also see the examples, guys. Network and host portion examples. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to. I forget to explain this. Actually, that is CIDR method. CIDR method. So guys, this is 255.0.0.0. If you write in a binary, how to write in a binary? This is
Zeros and ones.
255. You have to write like this. Good. So how many ones are there? In total, zeros and ones. 8 ones are there. Okay. 8 ones are there. So a subnet mask actually represents for a network purpose. So 8 ones. Ones are network bits, zeros are host bits in the subnet mask. It shows like a /18. Okay. So we can write like this. For example, I have an IP address. For example, I have an IP address. So that is 120.34.55.2. So when I said IP address, how to tell subnet mask. class A by default. This is my subnet mask. Same thing, I can represent like this. 120, 34, 55, 2/8. Both are same. Okay. Representing a subnet mask in a slash notation. Representation of subnet mask in a slash notation. Also called as prefix. What is a prefix? This is prefix. Okay. The same way, if you convert these numbers into binary, you'll get this slash notation. In a subnetting method, guys, we'll change the subnet mask. Subnetting method, you will change the subnet mask. For example, this is my subnetting mask. So how to do? How to represent this subnet mask in slash notation? Now you can count number of ones. This is a subnet mask. 255, 255, 240.0 is a subnet mask. But same thing you write in a binary. This is how you'll write. And how many ones are there? 8, 8, 16 plus 4, 20. So slash 20 it is. Okay. This. So representation of subnet mask in a slash notation called a CIDR method. This one is also called as prefix. Okay. Sometimes you go in some network. They will write like this. Suddenly 170 to 16 dot some 50.30/24 or /20/23. What is meant by /23? /23 I have written. Write a once 111 8 completed, 16 completed. Now how many are completed? 24 completed. This is /24. This is /23. So 255.0. What is this number? One number is reduced. 254.0. This is /23. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, this is about subnetting and all that much not required. Okay. NAT and PAT compulsory. What is the NAT? What is PAT? Their definitions. Please learn about those things. Okay. What is CIDR method and all? I hope you are okay. Feel happy at least to understand, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm okay.
Yes, sir.
People are keep interacting. That is will make you understand. Will make me understand also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Any doubts?
Yes,
You can
sir.
ask me. No problem. You can wait.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow mostly class is not there. We have a holiday. Any changes? I will inform you tomorrow morning on.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Nice day. Study well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.